India's maritime history predates the birth of Western civilization. The earliest portrayal of an Indian ship is found on an Indus Valley seal from about 3000 BCE. The world's first tidal dock is believed to have been built at Lothal around 2300 BCE during the Harappan civilization. There are mentions of giant ships in almost every Indian scripture, including the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Vedas, and the Puranas. Extensive maritime trade between India and the islands of Indonesia is well documented and illustrated. Chinese chronicles of the 2nd century describe 7-masted Hindu vessels 160 feet in length carrying 700 passengers and 1000 metric tons of merchandise. The English word navigation can be traced back to the Sanskrit word Navagati. According to records, the Pallavas, Cholas, Pandyas and the Cheras had large naval fleets of ocean-bound ships because these rulers also led expeditions against other places such as Malaysia, Bali and Ceylon. When the Westerners made contact with India, they were amazed to see their ships. Until the 17th century, European ships were a maximum of 600 tons. But in India, they saw such big ships as the Goga, which was more than 1500 tons. The ships had a very good blend of beauty and utility, and they are examples of Indian handicrafts and their patience. The flag of the Indian Navy has an interesting story behind it. This is the Royal Navy flag used until 1947. It has the Union Jack representing the UK and ensign of St. George. However, after India got independence, the flag was changed to this. The flag was used to represent the Navy until 2001. For a brief period until 2004, the flag was changed to this. The new flag had a blue-colored crest of the Indian Navy instead of the red cross. It was soon realized that the blue crest was merging with the blue sea and sky, making it difficult to see it from far away. Again in 2004, the Indian Navy flag was changed to this. It is the same flag which was discontinued only with an addition of the Indian national emblem. The State Emblem Act of India prohibits the improper use of the emblem. Hence, on August 15, 2014, the flag was modified to include the inscription Satyameva Jayate below the emblem. In the year 1998, India and Russia decided to design, develop and manufacture a supersonic cruise missile system, BrahMos. The name is derived from two rivers, the river Brahmaputra of India and Moskva of Russia. It paved the way for BrahMos Aerospace, the joint venture entity between India's DRDO and Russia's NPOM. The BrahMos Aerospace successfully created the fastest supersonic cruise missile in the world, which can travel at a speed of Mach 3. In 2005, INS Rajput became the first ship to have the BrahMos weapon complex. Today it is available with both the Army and the Navy. The BrahMos 2, which is presently under development, is expected to travel at speeds of Mach 7 to 8. Every year, the Indian Navy Day is celebrated on the 4th of December. However, the reason why it is celebrated on this day is quite interesting. During the Indo-Pakistan War of 1971, the Indian Navy's Western Naval Command launched a surprise attack on Karachi port on the night of December 4th. This operation was under the code name Trident. Pakistan faced severe losses in this operation as they weren't strong enough to face the Indian Navy. With no casualties on the Indian side, this operation was considered to be one of the most successful in modern naval history post-World War II. To mark this victory, the Indian Navy annually celebrates Navy Day on 4th December. Indian Navy is the world's 5th largest navy. As of 2016, the Indian Navy has a strength of 79,000 personnel and a large operational fleet consisting of 2 aircraft carriers, 1 amphibious transport, 9 landing ship tanks, 14 frigates, 11 destroyers, 1 nuclear-powered submarine, 14 diesel-powered attack submarines, 25 corvettes, 7 minesweeping vessels, 47 patrol vessels, 4 fleet tankers and various other auxiliaries. Did you ever see the names of Indian Navy vessels? Apart from the prefix INS, which stands for Indian Naval Ship, you will find a pattern in the way the vessels are named. Obviously, the names are of Indian origin, but the individual names are decided based on 3 considerations: functional, historical, and geographical. The functional names would express the function of the ship in naval warfare. The historical names would perpetuate names from India's maritime history, and the geographical names would commemorate such Indian geographical features as rivers, mountains, and capital cities. For example, the light fleet carriers are named after mountain peaks Vindhya, Vikrant, Satpura. Cruisers are named after the capital cities such as Delhi, Mysore, Calcutta, and Madras. Destroyers are named in a manner that each squadron will have the same initials such as Rajput, Rana, and Ranjit, or Ganga, Gomati, and Godavari. Anti-aircraft frigates were to be named after rivers such as Jamna, Satluj, Kaveri, and Krishna. Anti-submarine frigates were to be named after Indian weapons such as Kukri, Kirpan, Kuthar, and Trishul. Submarines were to be named after various species of fish such as Husa and Matsya. Minesweepers were to be named after states such as Bengal, Bombay, and Madras. Major landing craft were to be named after ferocious predatory animals, reptiles, and birds such as Magar, and miscellaneous craft were to have appropriate functional names such as Shakti for tanker, Dharini for stores carrier, and Bati for a tug. The Indian Naval Academy in Aimala is the largest naval academy in Asia. Although the project was approved in 1982, it wasn't until 2005 when the first training program commenced in the academy. The academy is situated in the state of Kerala. The campus occupies an area of 2,500 acres. It can accommodate up to 1,500 cadets at a time. Indian Navy is in the forefront to adopt new technologies to its inventory of warships, submarines, aircraft carriers, and the latest aircrafts. Until recently, India has depended heavily on foreign technologies and vessels. But lately, the Indian Navy has been focusing on developing indigenous platforms, systems, sensors, and weapons as a part of the nation's modernization and expansion of its maritime forces. There are 40 odd vessels of various types under construction which are being produced in the Indian shipyards. The most notable of these are the two indigenous aircraft carriers INS Vikrant and INS Vishal. INS Vikrant is expected to join the Indian Navy by 2018, while INS Vishal, which is a nuclear-powered supercarrier, is expected to be completed by 2025. Indian Navy is known not only for its strength but also for its various international operations. In the 21st century, the Indian Navy has played an important role in humanitarian relief in times of natural disasters and crises across the globe. In the aftermath of the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami, the Indian Navy launched massive disaster relief operations to help affected countries such as Maldives, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka. During the 2006 Israel-Lebanon conflict, Operation Sukoon was launched by the Indian Navy to evacuate many Indians and other countries' citizens. Most recently, during the 2015 crisis in Yemen, as a part of the Operation Rahat, the Indian Navy rescued 3,000 individuals, out of which 1,300 were foreign nationals. The Indian Navy also helped combat piracy in Somalia and escorted hundreds of ships safely through the pirate-infested waters. The Navy also helped many small countries such as Maldives, Mauritius, and Seychelles to regain stability from internal turmoil and prevented coups. Marine Commandos, or more commonly known as MARCOs, are the Special Forces unit of the Indian Navy created for conducting special operations. Although their structure and size is classified, it is believed that there are 2,000 to 2,500 personnel. The MARCOs are heavily trained and they are capable of undertaking missions in all kinds of terrains and are taught to use all types of weapons. MARCOs usually undergo a stringent training process in their early 20s. Their training process is so tough that 90% of the applicants drop out during the training. The MARCOs are deployed in international missions such as counter-insurgency, hostage rescue, asymmetric and amphibious warfare. MARCOs have been a part of many missions including Operation Rakshak in Jammu and Kashmir, Operation Cactus in Maldives, Operation Black Tornado during the 26/11 Mumbai attacks, and several other anti-piracy operations. Thanks for watching guys, subscribe to the channel, drop a like and follow us on social media.